So like I said, I spoke to Dr. Pepper earlier today. Here's what he had to say about the way Dr. Martin Luther King was actually killed.
Wow.
He wasn't killed from the bullet that hit him on the balcony. He was taken to the St. Joseph's Hospital, and he was killed in the emergency room of St. Joseph's Hospital by the chief of neurosurgery, Dr. Breen Bland, who came in when they were all working on him in the emergency room, and he said, "Get out of here, let that die." And as they moved out of the room, the last one out was a surgical nurse, Lula Mae Shelby. And when she heard them gathering up spit in their lungs to spit on Martin's body lying on a bed there, then she saw Dr. Bland take the catheters out of Martin's body and take the pillow from under his head and put it over his face and suffocate him. And that's how Martin King died. That's how he was really assassinated. Now, he might have died anyway from the bullet wounds, but he didn't. He was still alive and still breathing. The chief neurosurgeon, he intervened and he made sure that death would result.
Wow.
Right? My jaw was on the floor. Now, Dr. Pepper knows this because the son of the nurse, Lula Mae Shelby, who died, but before she died told her family, the son of this nurse told Dr. Pepper under oath. And when Dr. Pepper confronted a member of the Dixie Mafia, he said, yes, this happened, and actually that the chief of surgery was their family doctor, and that 3 weeks before the assassination, he visited them and said, hey, if the bullet doesn't kill him, make sure he goes to St. Joseph's, because we will make sure that he dies. Now, let's talk about this case, okay? This was the civil suit in 1999 where Pepper represented the King family, and that really made the family feel like they had closure, and like I said, it was the only trial ever held. The Memphis jury in this case decided that local, state, and federal governments were liable for King's death, and that this was a real conspiracy, a conspiracy between the U.S. military, the Memphis PD, and Dixie Mafia, these crime figures in Memphis, Tennessee.
This is just for the audience.
Right.
This is a civil case that was brought, much like the O.J. case.
Right,
where they couldn't find him guilty here, but finally when a civil jury heard it, they came out with a
It was the only trial, yes. And there was 30 days of trial, and over 70 witnesses were heard. And Dr. Pepper told me earlier today that it took the jury less than an hour to decide after these 30 days
that this was a true conspiracy.
Correct.
Where others may have been involved.
Correct.
Other than the person who was accused.
And that James Earl Ray was the fall man, and that he was unwittingly, unknowingly part of this conspiracy. And the real shooter, I gotta say this, even though we can't get to the whole story, was Frank Strouser. He was a Memphis police officer, the best shot in the Memphis PD, and he was the one who actually fired the fatal shot.
What's up, this Starwolf? Now that clip, that's some cold, wicked shit right there. And I believe it too. Because everything ain't always what it seems. They talking about how Martin Luther King, if he wasn't listening correctly, they saying that Martin Luther King Jr. was not killed by the bullet. He was suffocated in the hospital by the doctor. And the doctor, I guess, was allegedly heard saying, fuck the nigger, you know? So my thing is this. How many other people had this happened to? How many other black prominent leaders in the community around the United States had they done this to? Now apparently this was done by the Dixie Mafia, and the Dixie Mafia is a white racist criminal organization that originated out of Biloxi, Mississippi. They specialize in bootlegging, gambling, you know, just various criminal activities. And this murder was carried out by them. So, and if you listen carefully, you could hear, the guy that was explaining the situation, that was telling it, he was saying that the doctor stated, if they don't kill him here or if he don't die here, then take him to another hospital and they'll make sure that they kill him there. So apparently the bullet did not kill Martin Luther King. He probably was still living. He was still breathing. They knew that he probably would make it. And so they suffocated him with a pillow. Now that's some cold racist shit right there. That's very, very, very cold very calculated, very racist, and it lets you know, it puts you in what it does is put you in the mind frame of, okay, how many of our people have they actually done like this? And I'm not just talking about leaders now, I'm talking about just different black individuals, family members, your husbands, your wives, or whatever, your children, go in there, shot, and they did this too. Everybody was thinking that Martin Luther King was killed by the bullet, and now we're finding out that he may have been suffocated. This is some cold, dirty shit, peoples. But I just want to bring this to everybody's attention. I seen this, and this was shocking to me. But anyway, I hear more about this. I'll keep y'all updated. All right, I'm Starwolf. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that like button and that notification bell so y'all can get these videos when they drop. Peace.